Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel from the Behavior Check-In, and today we have a little bit different background. We are in my classroom today because today was a work day. Well, half of it was a work day. In my district, they're allowing us to use the second half of Fridays as work days. Now, it is actually like almost 5 o'clock in the evening. I have been working like a little diligent worker today. I didn't want to film any time where I was working on contract hours because that is dedicated for us as employees to work, so I didn't want to film. I'm always filming my off time. I don't film while I'm at school. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I did today during my work time so you kind of get an idea of how we use that time. The students left at 11, so after that I came back up to my room, had my lunch, checked my emails for the first time today. And sat down and ate my lunch and got to work and started calling parents and setting up meetings and all that sort of stuff. Lots of sped paperwork, teacher type stuff. That took me most of the afternoon, just calling and getting in contact with parents. Still didn't get in contact with everybody, but it's all right. Then I went in and organized my area because I don't know about y'all, but my classroom has been an absolute disaster area. I have been pulling long nights and I have not been picking up after myself. I've been kind of leaving piles everywhere, which I don't believe in leaving piles, but here they are. And so it's been a little wonky to say the least. But I went in and cleaned and organized my rainbow drawers. They're all pretty. They're not papers hanging out of them. I would have given you before video, but that would have been too embarrassing, so we're not going to do that. But I got them all clean, organized. I don't have labels on them yet. I'm going to show you them. Here are my rainbow drawers. I plan on making some labels for these, but right now I just kind of have them organized by subject and what I'm teaching. Like I have some of my little mini posters that I work on. I have math, multiplication, just different things that I have that I'm going to use with the kids for different probes, that sort of thing. And then some supplies down on the bottom. Laminating sheets, because who doesn't need laminating, and then some extra supplies on top, tape, things for writing, sticker rewards, Lego building task cards, tape, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's organized. All right, so that's what I've been working on today. I also have a special surprise for you. I know I have been hinting to what I've been working on in my last few videos, but I'm actually, oh my gosh, you guys hear that? My guinea pig is talking. It is the cutest sound ever. I hope the camera's picking up on that because it's super cute. All right, but anyway, so I'm going to put this camera back down because you don't want to look at my face that up close with all my makeup wearing off. It's not a pretty sight. My hair looks dreadful too. But I wanted to go through and show you some of my favorite behavior things. I think that that's always really helpful as a teacher. What kind of special education strategies do you use to help kids calm down? Especially, how am I doing this during COVID? So the first thing I want to show you, my favorite thing, are these Frixion pens, and I have them in multiple colors, and I will show you. And I will wear these around my lanyard. And they are really great when you have a really reluctant student who doesn't like to write, hates writing anything. You can pull out these pens and say, you know, if we write one page of work or whatever, I'll let you use my magic pen. And they go, magic? What are you talking about, you crazy lady? And I'm like, no, it's magic. Let me show you. And so I show them this. And I write on the paper. And then I show them how well it erases. And it usually erases better when I have another hand holding it down, but I'm holding it with my camera, and they love it. They think it's the coolest thing. So I have yet to find a kid, my camera's crooked, sorry. I've yet to find a kid who doesn't just think it's awesome. So my big recommendation, these pens. Now, I have not worked with high schoolers, but I have worked with elementary, upper elementary, and middle school, and they all think these are cool. I don't know how high schoolers would take to it. They may think it's cool too. Who knows? So my second thing I want to show you is extra peppermint gum. And I use this when, and I always get the peppermint. I use this when my students come into my room for testing. And you know, when you chew, it helps relieve stress. I have a lot of kids with test anxiety, and peppermint wakes you up. So chewing can kind of help relieve stress, help you concentrate. And it just calms them down when they come in here. They know they can come in my room. They can spread out. It's a chill vibe. They can chew on their gum. And it just really helps them settle for when they're taking their tests. I've also used this with students when they're, having kind of a rough day and we need to reset. Hey, let's go sit in my room. Let's go talk about it. Let's go, get a drink of water. Let's talk. Here, have a piece of gum. We're going to talk. Take a little sensory break. And it always helps. And you know what? I've never had a child abuse this. I've set the expectation up front. I'm like, okay, we chew the gum in my room. The gum goes in the trash before we go back to class because, depending on teachers, some of the teachers don't care, but some of the teachers do. They don't want the kids chewing gum in their class. But it seems to work. They love it because they know it's a special privilege, makes them feel special. So I love chewing gum. I really feel like that's a great way to help with behavior. The other thing I really love is my guinea pigs, and I've shown you my guinea pigs. My kids really love them. They love feeding them. They love taking care of them. They love petting them. I'll put Jack in a little box and the kids will pet him, and he's just really calming. He's got the fur. He's got that cute little squeak that we heard earlier, and that is one of those things that just really seems to help them. Taking care of something and being responsible for something is important, and he's just a member of our little family. And I have yet to find a kid, I keep saying this, but this is why they're my favorites, that has come into my room upset. Once I got them to a place where I know they're safe. Now, I don't have any kids that I'm worried are going to hurt an animal. I'm very blessed that none of my kids have, that's not something that I'm concerned about with them. I trust them. Plus, when they're with my guinea pig, I use a lot of supervision, but they've all been really kind, and they will pet them, and it seems to always calm them down. Sometimes they'll help me, get their food and the water together, and that's just calming, and then they're ready to go back to class. And I love it because it's a start to finish activity, so they know, okay, if we come in and I help Miss Erin with the guinea pig, when we're done feeding the guinea pig, then we have to go back to class. And that's a great activity for those kids who need that break, but they need a definite ending. So that's what we do, is hang out with the guinea pig. So if you can have a class pet, I recommend guinea pigs. On the negative side, they poop a lot. I mean, it's TMI, but they do. I feel like I'm cleaning out his cage a lot. It sometimes doesn't smell the greatest. Now, the lavender bedding does help substantially, but they do poop a lot. And I feel like I'm buying a lot of bedding a lot. So I'm going to be honest about that. But otherwise, I mean, I think the bedding buying is well worth it with the progress I've seen it made with my students in teaching empathy and helping them with calming down when they're frustrated. I'm going to take you over to my very special little pet project I've been working on. So let's just go walk on over. You're going to get a tour of my still not super clean room, but I'll show you. So I'm going to show you, drum roll, what I have been working on. It's taken me forever because I've been backed up big time. But over here, I have my individual sensory boxes I have made for my students. Because of COVID, we can't have a kind of a group sensory box like I've had in the past for the kids to kind of play in. So I made them individually, and I'm going to make labels for them. I don't think I'm going to be super fancy. I thought about this. I put off this video, honestly, for so long because I felt like I had to make the perfect labels for them. And I finally just said, you know what? Who cares? These kids need these boxes. I'm not worried about making it pretty. So it just may not be as aesthetically pleasing for social media, but my kids won't care. They'll probably tear off the labels anyway. So I'm just going to write them on with Sharpie. But I got these boxes at Walmart for $1 when they had the back to school stuff. So I bought that. Inside, this is just an example, I made them different for all. I have in these little soap boxes. I got these for $1 at Walmart, and I put in the kinetic sand right in there, and then they can have their own individual kinetic stands. Then this is a little squeeze thing I got off Amazon. I got a lot of these little sensory things from Amazon, and I showed you in my last video that we could put in there some brain teasers. And I'll link that. It was a whole big bag of like 24 things. It was great that I just put right in there for the kids. I made different ones. I tailored them to their individual interests. So, what I know they like. Like I have a kiddo who really likes football and really likes these right here, like these little puzzle things. So, I mean, just different. Everything's different. It's a hodgepodge in that bag, but they really like that sort of thing. So that's one of my favorite little behavior hacks that I'm very happy to have. They've liked my big ones in the past, so I really feel like they're going to like the individual ones. They probably like them even more because it's theirs. They can get what they want when they need it. They don't have to share it with somebody else. I have shown this in a previous video, but because I know the nature of YouTube, I want to show you it now just so you can see, because it's still part of one of my favorite calm down things. All right, over here we have my calm down corner. I've shown this in previous videos when I was sitting at my classroom if you want to see more things, but I love this. This Big Joe. I have another one in my other classroom I got at Walmart for like $35. I record different beads in there. I put different beads in there to, you know, stuffing it up because sometimes it gets a little flat, but this one's just been refilled. On there I have my little sequin pillows that I use, that my students like to use when they're frustrated or upset. I think I got that one at Walmart as well for about $10. It was back a few years ago, but my students really like those. Obviously, I do disinfect everything in between uses just because we have COVID, but I have my little calming posters over here, my Zen zone, so they know that's the designated area. I have my little poster, and I have already taught all my kids this. We talk about this so they understand how to use the poster. So if they're in a place where they can't express verbally, like they're really frustrated, then they can point to that. Just kind of that self-awareness. How are we feeling? I also have my yoga mats. We like to use my Promethean panel, and we do Mind Yeti, and we do that for mindfulness and self-reflection, and just kind of helping them learn to self-regulate and calm themselves down. So I really enjoy doing Mind Yeti. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it, but I don't always even use it. Sometimes I just put on calming videos and just, you know, tell them a nice calming story, and we just practice affirmations. All right, well, that's about it for this video. It wasn't a super long one. It was just a few of my favorites, real quick, give you some ideas. So if you like this video, please share it to someone, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. I really love those who have supported my channel. I am getting really close to 200 subscribers, you all, which just makes my heart so happy. So thank you so much for supporting my channel. I mean, I really just want to help teachers and kids out there. So once again, if you haven't already, subscribe, and thank you so much. And you just have a wonderful, fabulous day, and I will catch you in the next video.